Shalom, transportation in Egypt. I have been around with all sorts of transportation in different places. Compared with other countries, the transportation in general is pretty decent and sometimes even very good. So today we're going through different transportation options that can bring you safely to your destination. I will try to do the rest of the video without the script since this is so much faster. But do expect me to make quite a few grammar mistakes as a non-native speaker. So we start off with the subway, the metro. The metro is pretty decent. The government keeps it in good condition. They certainly made effort to keep it clean and in good order. I would definitely recommend the subway, aka metro, because you can avoid the traffic and it's also very affordable and fast. Okay, the next is the microbus. Okay, the microbus is first of all very cheap. I think it's also really fast. They got a stop everywhere, but most of the time the bus is full, so that can be annoying sometimes. Also, a lot of stuff often is broken, so it can be a little bit uncomfortable. But I would definitely recommend it if you want to save some money, because yes, it's pretty decent transportation as well. Then you got the city bus in and around Cairo. They also pretty decent, a little bit less quality than a regular bus in the Netherlands or so, but I would definitely recommend the city bus. Then we got the Uber, the Kareem, InDriver and Didi. They are basically all the same. I'm very positive about this kind of transportation. I think most of us use this because it's fast and it's very comfortable, of course. Plus, it's also very cheap over here. Most of the time, for a ride of maybe like 30 minutes, costs you around €5 or maybe even cheaper. So very recommendable, good service most of the time, and very comfortable, of course. Also, they're very fast. Most of the time they show up in a couple of minutes. So very recommendable. Then you got the Blue Bus. Blue Bus, this is a travel bus when you're going on a trip. I've been on the Blue Bus and highly recommendable. I think this company exists like maybe 4 or 5 years, so all the buses are pretty new. They have good service, good management, and I feel they really care about their customers. But I do recommend, if you're going on a trip, a travel, a holiday, to take the business class. There's another one that's cheaper than the business class. I forgot the name, but it's around 500 EGB to go to Hurghada, for example, and it's really pleasant because keep in mind that economy class over here, that is a little bit lower than economy class in Europe, for example. Like GoBus, I traveled a lot with GoBus as well. I find GoBus has no customer service in my opinion. They got a lot of bad reviews on TripAdvisor. They got a couple of good reviews as well, surprisingly. But these good reviews are coming from the business class. You can also book business class. I never been business class in GoBus, but I would not recommend GoBus, to be honest. It's no customer service, not even low, but no customer service. So also they stop a lot. They stop a lot. And most of the time the seats are broken, the toilet is never clean, and it's very cold. They have a very bad airco system. The lights are way too bright. So GoBus more feels like a prison sentence in the bus. So I would not recommend GoBus. Maybe when you're just going on a trip of 1-2 hours, it could be doable, but otherwise not recommendable at all. And then you got the private minivans. These are awesome, of course, but much more expensive. And then you also got the micro minivan. This one is really cheap. The advantage is also that they got their stops everywhere, their bus stations, but they don't leave before the mini microbus is full, and this can be really unpleasant, especially when you got somebody overweight with a child of 10 years old sitting on her lap. That happened to me several times, to be honest, because I'm a woman. The women is coming to sit next to me with their child on their lap, and that can be very uncomfortable. But that's all allowed and possible in that micro mini bus. It also has no leg space. So, but it is cheap. So if you're going on a trip of 1 or 2 hours, it is doable, but I would not recommend it for longer trips. Okay, finally, I never been with the train, so I can't say anything about it yet. But if you have been with the train, maybe you can leave a comment about this, and that would be great. This was testimony from the borders. Until then.